Hello, welcome to ADT. Today, we're going to be talking about something really special. Well, it's a PC, it's a high-spec PC, and it's portable. Yes, I am talking about a laptop. It's not any laptop, it is Asus ROG Zephyrus. Well, we're gonna be talking about the specs throughout the video, but first let's see what's in the box, shall we? So, it is a pretty straightforward box. Here we have our laptop, and behind it we have the Asus brand logoed box with some, yes, of course, user manuals. We don't need that. And there is a charger in one of these pockets or something. So this is a 180 watt charger. And this has two parts. One over here and another one, which is this. It's an extension. And other than that, we don't need anything else. So enough with the box. We don't want to see the box the whole day, right? I wouldn't. So let's talk about this. First, let's unwrap this. I love unwrapping stuff.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Okay, with this thing unwrapped, now we can focus on the laptop. Okay, there's a nice cloth over there, but we're more interested what's inside this, right? I mean, you don't want to see all the wrapping in the boxes. You're here to hear about the big beast. Yes, we have Ryzen 9 5900HS. There is an X, but S is pretty good enough. So, but then that's not all it is, right? It has DDR4, 16 gigs of RAM, which goes up to 3600 megahertz, which is pretty good for gaming. It doesn't have a webcam though, I can say that, because, I mean, if you're buying it for gaming, I mean, what's the point of having a webcam, right? Screw it. Take it out. Good job, Asus. No. But yeah, we have a 3060 in it. RTX 3060. And yes, it has pretty good specs. This is an FHD 144Hz panel. Yes, it is a pretty low-grade panel. You can spec it up to QHD if you want to. I wouldn't recommend 4K displays for gaming because you really don't need them. What you need is higher refresh rate, but you don't have to either go for like 360 Hz or something. 240 is the maximum you need, but I've picked 144 Hz. So it is pretty good. And yeah, that's pretty much the specs of it. It does have fingerprint sensors, the speakers are okay. Today's tests are going to be pretty much straightforward. We're going to do our speaker tests. We're going to do our display tests. I mean, display test is basically playing games. We're going to do our processor performance test. So these 4 tests are going to conclude if $1,500 for a gaming PC is enough. This doesn't only look like a gaming PC if you go to aesthetics. For a gaming PC with a 3060 and a Ryzen 9, this honestly looks pretty slim to me. I mean, yeah, the 2021 Mac with the 1660 equivalent GPU that I have a 14-inch. So yeah, I mean, that looked fat as this. So I wouldn't really complain about the thickness of this. Okay, so we're gonna test it out now. That's a nice loading screen, by the way. So before, it does come with Windows 10, like initially, but you can upgrade it to Windows 11 if you wanted to, which I'm gonna run. So one thing that Windows 11 had problems with is its scheduler, which wasn't working good for the Ryzen CPUs, but now it's fixed. I don't even think it's for the mobile processors, of course, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's fixed. But if you do want to go with Windows 11, which I've been using for more than a month now, it is pretty much like Windows 10, but like more soft looking kind of thing. But yeah, it should be pretty good. Okay, let's go into a bit more further, shall we? So here we have our laptop, but first let's see our keyboard layout. So here we have, as usual, keyboard. But your speaker, your volume settings are going to be all the way on the top, which was kind of confusing to me in the first, but you will get used to it. And there's, of course, a mute button option, and also a ROG shortcut, which is pretty awesome. So it's basically what this ROG shortcut is. It is a shortcut to an app. It is an optimization app. It is pretty good if you know how to use it. So here we have 5 modes, but 4 are default. First, let's talk about what modes are these. So we have Windows, Silent, Performance, and Turbo. So Windows is basically limits your processor speed as much as possible so the Windows keeps running. And your GPU is totally dead at that time. It would be using your it would be using your integrated graphics, the Radeon graphics in the chip, and then the RTX 3060 would totally be dead, 0% utilization. And the second is silent mode. And the silent mode is pretty optimal. You can play games on it. Well, not pretty much, but you can flow through the web and all those kind of stuff. And the performance is when you get started playing. So if performance is basically what it turns off after you unplug your charger. So basically it's minimum frame rates to play games and like minimum graphics. And also your graphics would turn on, your dedicated graphics would turn on at this point. And yeah, and turbo is where things get started. It's not overclocked, but it is the max base clock speeds and max base frequency for the GPU. And the manual mode, on the other hand, is where you can get yourself pretty much good optimization, because you can overclock your CPU, you can overclock your GPU, and will try. I'm not sure if I should do it. Maybe it would show the blue screen of death, because we're talking about a 3060, which in desktops is like freaking hot if you don't have a good air circulation. But we're talking about a mobile, and it has even lower air circulation. So we need to test it out. I hope it doesn't show the blue screen of death. But another thing we're gonna do is test bench it with Cinebench. We want to see all those crazy cores, because I mean, if you checked out the last MacBook video, the MacBook did pretty good. By the way, check it out. It's gonna be in the link in the description if you didn't. And other than that, let's get started, shall we? So here is our Cinebench. So before we do that, since we want to get out as much as power as possible, let's put this in turbo. As simple as that. You just open the shortcut and put it in turbo. Well, actually, I want to overclock the CPU, right? I mean, I want to pass the turbo. So I overclock this processor, 80 watts, complete overclock as much as possible. That's what I think. So let's start. I mean, is it gonna disappoint us? Oh, okay. I mean, that started out pretty quick. And yes, it's gonna take a few minutes, and I'll be back with your multi-core and your single-core scores just in a bit.
2,000 years later.
Okay, we're done with our Cinebench score. So keep this in mind. This was going in manual settings, fully overclocked. And we got 11,000, almost close to 12,000 score on our multi-core, and on single core we got 1249, 1250, on our single core score, well, you might be seeing that this is really close to our M1 Pro chip, which was showing similar core scores. Well, since these are equal scores to almost our M1 Mac, we have to test it out, right? So we're going to be doing a comparison between Mac and Ryzen Big Beast. So make sure you get subscribed so you can look at the comparison, right? You don't want to pay $2,500 when you can get the same core. Oh, by the way, let's all talk in that, right? So going forward, now we're gonna do our gaming tests. So I have downloaded quite a bit of games right here. So here we have our Fortnite, we have Valorant, and we also have CSGO. I am thinking that it's not going to be a big difference from desktop because it is an RTX 3060 and it should hold your games pretty good. But you don't want to listen to my words, do you? You want to check it out. So let's get into it, shall we? Well, since these are equal scores to almost our M1 Mac, we have to test it out, right? So we're going to be doing a comparison between Mac and Ryzen Big Beast. So make sure you get subscribed so you can look at the comparison, right? You don't want to pay $2,500 when you can get the same core. Oh, by the way, let's all talk in that, right? So going forward, now we're going to do our gaming tests. Okay, so we're on Fortnite. First, I wanted to try out Fortnite because this has a pretty good GPU. So this Fortnite has RTX texture packs in it, so we should be able to get out the maximum power and capabilities of this GPU by playing this game. So let's start. Okay, we are officially in the game. So in RTX mode, by the way, like full epic graphics, we're getting 160 FPS. So I put my frame rate limit to unlimited, so you can see all those clouds, but don't mind, like, don't think that this windowed screen is gonna affect anything, because it isn't. It's just to see how much it is using. And CPU is barely getting used. It's just at 56%, which is tremendous. However, let me check our GPU. So our GPU over here, yes, this is running 70%. That's not even like taking a sweat. I mean, we're running 160 average frame rate, which is pretty awesome considering we're on RTX. And then yeah, I guess Fortnite's pretty good on it. So Fortnite's a check for RTX. Okay, now we're at Valorant. By the way, this is my first time ever playing Valorant, so I just want to check the stats, and I am a noob. And I don't like playing with mouse and keyboard, and Valorant doesn't support my PS5 controller for some reason, so we do have to play in keyboard and mouse, which I suck at. So here's a good joke, I guess. So I was in the start screen and I think I put like unlimited frame rate or something to like everything. So it was the client FPS thing I put on the top left hand corner is getting like 400 FPS and I was like, whoa, damn. So, okay, we're in the game. So I've put no frame rate limit, I guess, so we are getting 200 FPS above. Like, I'm pretty sure I put like the graphics to the max, and yeah, I'm seeing fluid refresh rate. It still runs pretty smooth on a 144 Hz. So I'm guessing if you have like an external monitor, you could hook it up to that because we don't have a webcam anyways. You could use this as an all-in-one PC, buying another. Okay, I'm in game. So don't judge me with this game because like I don't even know what the controls are. Well, yeah, there was like a trial for this, but I'm pretty sure I don't know. Where's my volume? Okay. Oh, shift doesn't make you sprint. Okay. I'm just used to Fortnite controls so much.
Spike planted.
I don't even know where people are gonna come from. I'm just so not used to this. Am I like supposed to? I'm gonna follow this guy.
Enemy spotted.
Approximately 10 hours later.
What's... Oh, whoa! Whoa, my god. Is this guy speaking in an Indian accent? Oh, whoa! What? Okay, that was fun playing. Okay, done with Valorant. I'm not learning how to play Valorant at this time. Okay, I'm just gonna close that window. Okay, another game, I guess since Valorant was an epic fail, I'm gonna go with CSGO. Okay, we're in CSGO, and by the way, I still don't know how to play this, but we're getting 300 FPS. What the heck? Is this even real? Like, we're getting 277 or something FPS in like ultra high graphics, like, oh whoa, what the? Oh my god, dude. Am I like not supposed to stand and... I can't see anything! Where did smoke grenades come from? What? There's no one here. Who? Okay. Oh, I thought that was someone else. Never mind. Okay. Bruh, I just hate being like playing games. Whoa! Bruh, I just miss building in Fortnite, you know? You can just build when someone just pops out of nowhere. Oh my god. Am I just gonna quit CSGO too? Okay, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm done embarrassing myself in games. I guess I need to start playing. Okay, I'm in the game again. I guess I'm gonna play good this time. Okay, we're getting 190 FPS. Some options were in very high, and like some options were in high at least. So I'm considering that's a good amount of. Okay. No, you one-shot at me. I'm done. I'm quitting CS:GO. By the way, we did basically review our game stats. It's about. We even saw 360 FPS, which is awesome. So if you have an external display, it would be pretty great. So we tested it. We saw our Cinebench scores. We saw our gaming scores, and that's it for this video pretty much. But I will tell you about some upgrades you can do. You could upgrade this laptop to 32 gigs of RAM. You have an option between 3200 megahertz and 3600 megahertz, or you could have a 3080 graphics card, or a 3060 and a 3050 Ti, which are pretty great options with QHD displays with 240 Hz refresh rate. And yeah, I mean, this is pretty good. I mean, for $1,300, I am not complaining at all. But I also want to see how it does against MacBook. So stay tuned and get subscribed as soon as possible to check out the MacBook versus the big beast Ryzen, right? So, see you guys later and peace out. Oh! Whoa, my gosh.
Enemy spotted A.
Is this guy speaking in an Indian accent?